to use a cliche, actually it's been a fascinating journey to see how they respond. If you make the real use cases, merchants are all open to that.
From gorgeous Dubai, home to so many iconic landscapes. We are here for the AIBC Expo. It is one of our first large-scale events to take place after the pandemic, so it is very special to us. It is also the first time that the AIBC Expo is taking place away from Maltese shores. And how fitting it is that it should take place right here in Dubai. The city of the future, the place where AI and blockchain and crypto, Internet of Things, they all come together. It is a right melting pot. We are here to celebrate the movers and the shakers, the thought leaders who kept the industry going even through the toughest of times. All those of you who are about to rock the AIBC Expo, we salute you. One of these entities is Salamantex, who has been described as the great crypto enabler.
Well, there's quite a few aspects to unravel when you want to talk about crypto enabler. But when we started a few years back, Salamantex always thought that we wanted to be like the easy way for crypto payments. And I think now looking back, I've now been with Salamantex for 3 years. Yeah, I think we've achieved that in many different ways.
Casper Labs is another big player on the blockchain scene. And of course, they too were present at the AIBC Expo in Dubai.
Casper Labs really solves what enterprises and governments have been looking for. They want a blockchain that's built in an enterprise-grade manner that can be continually maintained and serviced. And a lot of that maintenance, servicing, and integrations is actually done by us, the Casper Labs team. We've been designed in a way that everything we've done is ultra long-term. We're here for the long haul. We're going to spend the next 5 to 10 years making sure that enterprises and governments get the kind of product that they need, which is highly secure and rigorously built, but also the ongoing support, maintenance, and consulting services that they require.
Well, I would say that the product itself has been purpose-built for enterprises. I myself come from the enterprise space, and I built a product that I would actually use and select in product decisions that I was empowered with when I worked at those enterprises. So we believe that we have really good product market fit for enterprise customers as well as governments.
The blockchain sphere is considered as one of the most inclusive scenes, where anyone from an investor to an artist can get involved.
Yes, indeed. I was working for the largest shipping group in the world, and I could have just as well retired with them, right? But when I discovered the potential of Bitcoin, I just could not look back. That's all I was thinking about. That's all I was preoccupied with. So I left the corporate role and I started working with blockchain and crypto companies. Back in the day, 5 years ago, they were little baby companies, and now some of them today are now unicorns getting ready for an IPO. And back in the day, Bitcoin was, crazy internet money for crazy nerds or for criminals or for I don't know what. It was not something that people foresaw to be an entire multi-billion dollar industry that we have today.
What the NFT? Ethereum, Bitcoin, blockchain.
I wasn't always an artist, actually. So I started off originally, I've been in the finance world as a banker, so over the last sort of 15 years. And about 3 years ago, I wanted a more entrepreneurial calling. So I'd been in the corporate world for a very long time. And I thought I wanted to do something a little bit more entrepreneurial. So I took that shift, and in that move from the corporate world to the entrepreneurial world, I decided to kind of connect, I would say, to my creative self. So I think when we're all younger, we have hobbies and creative, maybe not all of us, but some of us have that creative instinct. And I had some time off, and I thought to myself, I would love to kind of connect to that.
One of the biggest problems that crypto trading faces is mass adoption and reach. Salamantex is solving this, am I correct?
Salamantex actually has a software system by which merchants or proprietors of restaurants or service providers can actually accept cryptocurrencies from their customers. And then at the same time, they can then select whether they want to retain the fiat amount or have the crypto stored on their wallet. They are in charge of the private keys and can decide directly what they want. But of course, so how does this work? Well, it actually works with that. We have a software on the point of sales terminal,
Right?
or on an online checkout page. And what we do is we, let's say if you buy coffee or pizza or whatever, even let's say a car, you can tell us as a customer or tell the merchant, well, I would like to buy this in Bitcoin dash Ether or other cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
And they can then select this at the cash register system or directly on the point of sales terminal. And then we would display the exchange rate and a QR code.
I see.
Yeah. And the QR code can be scanned, and then the payment is done directly. You scan it from your wallet, and we don't really care what kind of wallet it is. It can be, a bread wallet, atomic wallet, any other wallet, in fact. When we talk about mass adoption, it is important to understand that payment stands at the center of any kind of digital transformation, and most of these projects only rely on, as I said before, on value on exchanges as their business model. But if they really want to contribute, then it is important that they actually also consider the means of exchange. And one of the examples that I can bring is, for instance, if we consider, say, city tokens, because second-tier cities are experiencing a lot of problems now with their city centers. Nobody's shopping there anymore. So some concepts could be a mixed use case of bodybuilding studios, co-working spaces, old Asian pensioners' homes, and then also some other shops and services.
So in terms of the feature set specifically, we believe that blockchain is part of a larger application architecture. We do not believe that blockchain is the be-all and end-all of applications. So we believe that there's going to be a mobile app, a web app, a backend database, and only a small portion of the data is suited for blockchain as a trust layer. So that's the first really important thing, is that the infrastructure of Casper will fit into a larger application architecture very seamlessly, both from a developer experience as well as when you go to production with the system. Secondly, we also built in controls, because we believe that businesses, enterprises, and governments need to be able to control their software. So they need to be able to make upgrades, they need to be able to understand how these changes are governed, who makes these changes, and be able to track that all in the blockchain. So both of our smart contracting features and our account system actually enables that at the blockchain level. It's not something you have to build on top of it. So those are two really big important features, like I said, that I would never select a protocol or platform if I couldn't maintain my customers, add new features, fix bugs, and control how the software was deployed.
Mass adoption is starting. I estimate that there's probably around 300 million people in the world that have cryptocurrency at this point. Probably 30 million Americans. And these are very real numbers. And then you've also seen this year Visa, MasterCard, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, BNY Mellon, PayPal, Square, all of these financial institutions have gotten behind it. And those types of institutions do not attach their brands to something like Bitcoin lightly. And so it's all gotten very real.